What I have in my hands is extremely dangerous. This is a Japanese kokeshi doll, a toy symbolic of capturing the souls of unborn children.
What the Oh,
This one here is supposedly very haunted, being over 150 years old straight from Japan. I'm going to spend the next 7 days with this thing in my house. I don't know what I just got myself into, guys. But I don't think it's anything good. Hello everybody, I'm your host Will, and for the past 2 years I've been a real-life paranormal investigator. I've been to some of the most haunted places all across America, and I'm dedicated to getting it all on camera straight to your screens. Now without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So as I said in the intro, earlier on today I acquired this Japanese kokeshi doll from a mutual friend of mine. It comes from her family, it's been passed down through generations, and now that it was in her hands, it was causing all sorts of paranormal mayhem all over her house. As any normal person would, I decided to take the doll in for the sake of content and science. A potentially moronic decision, I know, but hey. Now otherwise, that's the basic rundown of the situation. I'll get into more detail the more I learn about this case, but for now, I'm just going to try and get some sleep, and if anything happens over the course of the first night, I will let you guys know on day 2. Bye-bye. Alright guys, so I just got off of work and it is officially experimentation day. I'm gonna run 2 different tests on the doll here. For the first experiment, I'll put the doll in a controlled environment. Then, said environment will be monitored by a thermometer and an ATDD, as well as an electromagnetic field reader. Finally, it will be recorded with audio and video equipment over the course of an hour. In the second experiment, the doll will be in an open environment and it will be monitored by motion sensors and light up touch balls over the course of another hour. These experiments will hopefully get me closer to the real answer as to why this doll is haunted. Alright everyone, so we have our closed environment here. We have our audio recorder down right there, our ATDD there, EMF reader there, and temperature reader there. Okay, so we are just gonna let her sit and stew for a little bit and see if anything happens while she's in there and start probing with some questions later on. What the fuck was that noise, dude? What the f? Oh. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my. Chills, guys. Fuck chills. I'm freaked the f out. Are you kidding me? With a cold spot at the same, like literally the exact same moment. What was that? Was that you? That little tap there? What was that noise? Can you use one of those devices to let me know that was you? What the fuck is that? What? What genuinely was that? That? Holy f. Okay. Alright, let me grab the camera. That literally just sounded like a door in my actual bedroom. We're in my closet right now with this setup. That literally just sounded like a door in my bedroom. You actually have to be kidding me. Guys, this experiment is not going how I thought it would. You know, I thought I would just have the doll in the container and would be able to read, you know, some of the energy it gives off. I've had chills run down my spine like 3 times in a row by this point. I swear on everything that I love. I don't know what I just got myself into, guys. But I don't think it's anything good. Now it is currently the morning of day 3, and last night got pretty crazy with experiment 1, but we are here for experiment 2, and you may be asking yourself where we even are right now, and that is because we are currently in my attic, okay, because we need complete darkness and complete silence for this next experiment, which I explained yesterday. But without further ado, let's get this set up and started. Alrighty, we got everything set up here. Got our camera. And now we just wait with an hour on the clock. The last 2 days' experiments have left me with some unanswered questions, so I'm going to do a deep dive into the Kokeshi doll's history to see if we can come to a more cohesive conclusion that way. Regarding my own experiences with the doll, though, this haunting could be due to one of 2 things according to Japanese folklore, so let's get into that. The first theory goes as follows. According to the Menge Arts website, sorry if I butchered that pronunciation though, Kokeshi dolls are almost always made of purely wood due to its supposedly spiritually infused properties. Oftentimes, a parent will buy a Kokeshi doll for their child, not only for a toy, but also to serve as spiritual protections or a ward. So, if a child dies while in possession of a Kokeshi doll, the likelihood of them attaching to it is much higher to any other ordinary object due to its spiritual properties. That's the first theory as to why I ended up with a doll like
What the
this. However, the second theory is much more straightforward in comparison to the first. Kokeshi dolls are heavily symbolic of spiritual oneness, meaning that spirits can come and go as they please within the doll, almost using it as a conduit of sorts. But where this becomes harmful is if the person in possession of the doll itself commits an act known as matainai, which directly translates to destruction or disrespect. This will anger the spirits and they'll begin to torment the owner. While yes, all the information I just gave you was merely pseudoscience, It's the only logical explanation as to why these things could be happening with the doll, while remaining theologically grounded, of course. Considering the evidence I've caught over the last 3 days, this doll most likely falls under Theory 1. Not necessarily very malicious, it's not really affecting me in day-to-day life, because if it was, I definitely would have let you guys know. That's enough brain power and research from me in one day, though. I'd have to do some research into the history and the past of the people who owned the doll, considering I believe that we fall under Theory 1, meaning that a child owned it and passed. But if I have any breakthroughs, I'll turn the camera back on, but otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. On day 2 of the investigation into the doll, we captured a multitude of activities, such as electronic voice phenomena, inconsistent temperatures inside the enclosure, tapping from within the enclosure, as well as doors sounding to creak open inside my room. Moving on to experiment 2, in which we had the doll sat in the attic alongside 2 cameras, motion sensors, and touch-sensitive balls. Unfortunately, there wasn't any movement or visual changes through the hour of footage. However, that doesn't mean the experiment was void of evidence, though. Throughout the hour time limit, there were several instances of things being bumped or moved off camera that we picked up on. Not only that, but there was also strange interference with the audio on the camera, which could most definitely be paranormal induced. So as you can see here, the audio is at a consistent volume, but as we go along the footage, you see a large peak and then a steep drop in volume. The actual sound that came out was this. The activity from both experiments were unique and really didn't have much in common, which is what I was shooting for. I would call the investigation into this doll a complete and utter success. Every paranormal interaction between me and the doll was controlled and recorded efficiently. I'd go as far to say that this case is closed and that this doll is confirmed haunted.
Man, that is some incredible stuff. And this is really what you get out of pushing yourself to your limit. Look, guys, I hate to be a beggar, but this was a lot bigger of a project than anything I've ever done. I've never filmed over the course of 5 days like this. So if you guys wouldn't mind and just drop a sub and a like on this video, just to help your boy out, alright? But now it's all said and done, the dust is settled, and it's time to bring this guy home, pretty much.